Hey guys, T-Shiver here, how you doing today? So I'm going to go off the beaten track a little bit here, and I'm going to talk about something which I think some people actually care about, but I don't know for sure, so I'm just going to go with what I think you guys want. So if you guys don't like these kind of videos, then by all means tell me in the comments and I'll obviously try to work around that. So today's video is going to be talking about Yugitubing pitfalls. I call it Yugitubing pitfalls, but it's basically, if you want to get into Yugitubing, then by all means do it, because it's so fun. You get to do a lot of really interesting stuff, and you get to my position where you just do it for casual and then it ends up just playing out really well. You know, I still haven't got like 100,000 subscribers and I'd love to be there, but I'm not there and I'm not even close. So for everyone who subscribed to me, thank you so much, but we still have a long way to go, and I would love to just keep doing these and hopefully snowballs into something great, because I would love to keep doing this, and you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's still got a bit of life left, so I would love to stay involved in this game for as long as possible. Yugitubing pitfalls. I've made about 6 different points here, and I love to go over them because I feel like if you're going to go into Yugitubing, you have to watch out for the possible things that could happen that will make you question why you're not doing as well as you think you are in Yugitubing. So there's different routes that you can take, and depending on which route you go, you need to make sure that you take the right precautions so that you don't end up producing content that no one watches, and then you go, why is no one watching my content? My content is so good, my camera is so good. And it's like, yeah, it's good, but you haven't actually thought about it, you haven't actually properly done it. So hopefully this will cut corners for you so that you don't have to take as long trying to find out the right way to do things. So the first thing is opening loads and loads of product. Okay, this is by far the most expensive way to make videos, and if you have the money, then by all means do it. There's a few different things. So firstly, it's expensive. It's by far the most expensive method of making a video. You're opening up Konami's product and you're trying to show people what you open. You know, you're appealing to the people that like to see packs being opened. However, you can also appeal to a large amount of people who don't care for opening packs. They just want to see what's in the set and the rarities and so on. You can appeal to those people if you open packs before the release date. So if you get them really early on, you order a box online and it comes 2 days early, you do the video 2 days before it comes out, and then you are now appealing to basically everybody in the game who wants to actually see what this in the set. So with that, you can kind of widen your range here and kind of get to people that you wouldn't normally be able to with pack openings. But if you're just basically opening packs from a set that is like 6 months old, you're not going to see many views because people don't want to watch it. You have to think, what kind of people would want to watch that? Unless you're going to open an amazing pack and you go, oh my god, it opens 5 secrets, right? If you do that, then of course, you know, that's a video worth uploading because it's ridiculous. But if it's just a normal pack opening and you pull a super out of a special edition or something like that, then it's really not worth doing. I just feel like a lot of people do this, fall into this pitfall quite often, where they think that any pack opening is quality content. It's really not. If you couple it with funny, like Waffles, if you do like his kind of thing where he opens up really crappy crap, but he couples it with really decent editing and really decent kind of really funny comedy that he applies to it, then you will be able to get a lot more views that way. The next one is deck profiles. I would only recommend doing these if you're the kind of person who can get hold of people who actually win events like regionals, YCSs. You can interview YCS tops, and you can interview people who are well known, and you can interview people that have got innovative decks. But I sometimes see people who like top 8 a regional, and then they do a deck profile with their friend and say, oh, this is my friend, he top 8 this regional in, like, you know, the middle of Alaska. Here's his 6 samurai deck, and then they basically show this really basic 6 samurai deck that's basically structure deck, or they show basically a really basic 6 samurai deck that uses like Naturia Beast or something, and it's like, it really isn't that interesting. You know, it's like, you got to think, would people really want to watch this? No. I mean, if you go, okay, this is Patrick Hoban's Shadow deck. He's made a few changes since the last event. Let's see what he's done. Let's talk to him about his how he analyzes his Shadows. Then a 25-minute video of that is going to get you so many views. You know, I mean, one example is that I posted up the deck list of Billy Break. He won an event quite a while back, and I think it was 60 cards. I got that wrong, but I still kept it on, and I managed to end up getting 13,000 views off it. So I was very surprised, and of course I had to apologize to a lot of people because they were deceived, but I wasn't purposely trying to deceive people. So it kind of played out in my favor, but at the same time you have to try and find people that are relevant and then try and get their deck profiles. So I got that online because I got it from a decent source, but I got tricked. So it was kind of like I was in the same basket as the people who were watching my video. So it sucked, but you know, it showed that if you get deck profiles of relevant people, you will see a huge amount of subscribers come to your channel. Doors. Dueling Network doors. A lot of people do this as their main source of content, and it's okay, but I feel like unless you're really good and you're playing at a really high rating, I wouldn't recommend doing Dueling Network. If you're going to play fun decks, then that's fine as well, and you have to make it innovative, you know, like, oh wow, look at this guy, he's going to do 16,000 damage in one turn. You know, that sort of thing is okay, because Asian Eyes White Dragon does that, and he gets tons of views off that. But if you're using Dueling Network, just recording yourself playing, Dueling Network doors matches, they can take up to an hour and a half, and no one's going to watch an hour and a half of you playing, and most of the time nothing happens, and there's going to be a judge dispute, there's going to be loads of different things. So Dueling Network doors, recording what you do and not editing it and just having it like that, is going to make you upload a very large file size for an audience who do not care for your videos whatsoever. So I would recommend, if you're going to do doors, do live doors if you can with a decent camera, but also to do doors where you edit well and you speed up, especially Dueling Network. Every time I do a Dueling Network replay, I always speed up the video to make sure that people don't get bored, because I get bored when I watch my own videos unless I speed it up and I edit it. It's because there's a lot of gaps of time where nothing happens because you're thinking about your plays. So with that, you need to make sure that your doors are fluid and they are edited well, and therefore people still understand what's going on. And if you need to, you can edit in some sound like Thetcglover does. You need to be very careful about how you do that. Another one is rants and discussions. I do a lot of these because I feel like it's one of the best ways to add content to your channel. You can be very thoughtful. You can really analyze certain aspects of the game. So I feel like having a camera facing me like this and talking about the game is a very good way to add content to your channel. But you have to make sure that you edit your videos, because if you just keep umming all the time, you will get a lot of people who will not believe what you're saying, that will not give you credit where it's due. And whenever you say any explanation of any kind of concept that you're trying to bring over to the player base who are watching your video, you will people will not believe you, because they will start seeing that you're struggling, you're tripping over your words, like as if you've got the idea in your head but you're not actually elaborating on your points well enough. So therefore you need to actually convince the people watching that your point is worth talking about. You just need to be concise and make sure that the effort shows effort and consideration for the time your viewer is spending watching your work unfolding on their screen. So another one is pointless topics. It's a very big pitfall. Some people get really pissed off about something in the game, and I get pissed off about a lot of things. I whine about a lot of things, but at the same time I feel like some people whine and then they don't provide constructive criticism. I whine about card prices being too high. If I do, I don't really do that anymore. Or I whine about packs being so expensive, considering that the set is too bad. You know, like Secrets of Eternity sucks, considering what we've been having in the past. The last two sets were great. So that kind of thing. I always say that, you know, going forward, I compare it to previous things, so therefore people can see that there's a difference. But some people are just gonna whine. Like if you're doing a pack opening and then they pull crap and then all you do is bitch about it, people are not gonna like that, because it's, to be honest, it's just, why would you bother uploading that in the first place if you pull absolutely nothing? Because if you're trying to appeal to people that like rants and then people that like pack openings in the same video, you get this weird middle that no one cares about. So you have to pick something. If you pick pack openings, make sure that your pack is you open up decent, because if you open up nothing and then you upload it anyway because you just want to add content, no one's going to care. You know, quantity does not take precedence over quality. And pointless topics, make sure that you always provide some kind of, like, you know, this sucks, but I can say that this is probably the best way to go forward about dealing with that. You know, maybe dealing with judge problems, dealing with pack prices, anything like that. You know, you can talk about anything in this game, provided that you offer constructive criticism. And the last thing I want to talk about is not being controversial enough. This is really really weird because I've noticed that a lot of people that make videos, they feel that they've got the video. The video is great, the camera is great, the microphone is good as well, but at the same time they're just not interesting to listen to. Some people like Underworld6667, he's been making some god awful videos recently. Some of his videos are terrible, but some of his points that he makes them very controversially, where he will happily just talk about anything. You know, maybe it's like people taking a shower. I think there was one video where he was talking about how bad people smell at events, and then he actually did his video in the shower, and he was trying to do a tutorial on how to wash yourself so that when you go to an event you don't stink. And I thought that was very, very well thought out, and I thought that was actually taking the time to make an effort and really elaborating on a really controversial issue, which a lot of people try to like, oh, I do wash, I spray myself with deodorant. It's like, yeah, but you still stink of shit, so, you know, sort yourself out because you smell really bad, kind of thing. So it's controversial topics are really, really good, and if you end up pissing off a lot of people, you become infamous, and you get a lot of views, and you may get a lot of dislikes, but you get a lot of likes from people that go, this guy talks about something that no one else will, so I'm going to give him a thumbs up for the fact that he's actually pinpointing something that is taboo and elaborating on it, because I feel like it's something that could have been talked about but no one ever does it. So it's very, very unique and different, and people give you credit for that. So now and again, being controversial really does pay off. It's one of those things that comes of age. If you're a 14-year-old YouTuber, chances are you'll try and be conformist and try and do what people tell you. Like your viewers tell you to do more something, you do that. So it's kind of just giving people what they want, but at the same time you've got to give people what they want, and you've got to give them something more rather than just giving them exactly what they want. You've got to complain, but you've got to do it in a funny in a comedy way, so that when people listen to you, they find it funny, and even if they disagree with you, at least you make them laugh. So that's really, really important. Making the people laugh is a really, really good way to add subscribers to your channel. If you're just not a funny person, then you've really got to analyze your channel, and even if you do a script, you know, even if you need 20 minutes before you do a 5-minute video just to plan something funny, if you do that and you edit it well, it will give you so much more than just creating content and trying to be funny live. It really isn't good. I really wouldn't recommend doing it. So anyway, that's my 6 points, and hopefully it was somewhat beneficial. It's something that I've obviously realized over time, but of course I only have, I've got 3,800 subscribers. So that's really, really great, and I'd love to go higher, but I feel like for a lot of people starting out, they don't have any real way to look at people who are like 60,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and they don't actually get to find out exactly how they do it. So it's a lot of different things that you shouldn't do, and there's obviously some things that you should, and it's usually the opposite. You know, like do Dueling Network videos, but make sure you do them well, for example. Yeah, so that's today's video. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment down below if there's any tips that you would want to give, if there's any kind of questions you want to ask about Yugitubing. I would love to do some more of these if the more points come up, and I would obviously link them to each other, so you have like a kind of series of different topics here. I'd love to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, the Thetcglover is out.